कृपया ध्यान दीजिए, the language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen yaar, don't be so conservative. Yes, it's a sad day for all of us. FIFA World Cup kicked off, and once again, I looked for names I'm familiar with, like Subramaniam and Singh or Sharma, and there was no such name. They were in terms of helping us with catering and designing things and transport, but nobody on the pitch, unfortunately. So once again, in my lifetime, FIFA World Cup takes off, and no Indians there. Not even an Indian referee. Can't we become referees? We used to be good referees. To answer all this, folks, we've got a very interesting person. I think out of people I know, one of the most knowledgeable, sporty persons. If he was a woman, I'd have mated with him 5 years ago when I first met him. I'm still keeping it open because of the woke culture that's out there. I mean, Cyrus, you can't say that. What's wrong with two men mating? It's very good. As my good friend Naveen tells me from time to time, you must take a stab at these things. But we're in the middle of a sports season. But first and foremost, Nishad, welcome to the show. You have replaced in the comments, you have replaced our sponsor. Our sponsor, who had a very good run. Shout out to our sponsor, Heads Up for Tails. Thank you so much. You deserve a little more promotion from us. But you are now our new sponsor, Niche Sports, in your channel.
Well, thank you for having me. And yeah, one of the sweetest things ever said to me was by you a few seconds ago.
Man, another frustrated year for the Indian male, is it? Aur kuch nahi milega, bhai. Can I tell them what you do as well in terms of Gujarat Lions?
Gujarat Lions was 6 years ago.
6 years ago.
Oh, come on.
The Gujarati team of today.
Yeah, so Gujarat Titans, been fortunate.
Titans. In Gujarati, Titans bolte.
Been very fortunate to be their media manager this year during the title-winning run.
Yeah.
And yeah, apart from that, all the other stuff with the writing, commentary, all that is
Niche Sports.
Niche Sports, yes. That too is going on. We've recently published a book as well.
Yeah.
Called I don't know how
to bring it into camera.
Yeah, Limitless, called Limitless.
Yeah.
Yes, it's looking back at India's victory.
Where's the book? Things are freezing in the studio for some reason. I don't mean the air conditioning.
It's obviously about
Can we see it? Can we see it?
Oh
again?
yes, we can. We can right here.
Limitless Indian cricket's paradigm shift of 2007.
Yes.
When the famous Greg Chappell West Indies World Cup didn't work out properly and the boys got angry. Is that there?
Yeah, it's there. It's all there.
I want to know what happened there.
So it's all there. It's all about also MS Dhoni's rise to captaincy. How India were initially reluctant to play T20 cricket.
Yeah.
But then
the seniors didn't go.
But apparently to begin with, there was also that the BCCI was not open to the T20 format. In fact, the Asian bloc were not open to the T20
This is the reverse
format.
of the pot calling the kettle. I can't say all this.
So they were not willing to play the T20 format. There was a lot of politicking in the back end where, BCCI
the people who gave us the IPL didn't want to play T20.
At the beginning, yes.
My
and
God.
then they
That's like a
warmed up
person
to
who's
the
against
idea.
adult films making porn. What's this?
And then they decided to, go in ahead with it. And that's when, when they realized that T20 can be a big thing. And people think that the T20 World Cup victory was why the IPL started. That isn't the case, because the IPL was already conceived even before, India played a game at the T20 World Cup.
By Lalit Modi, didn't they already do something? I thought he came up with the paper, the blueprint.
And they had the idea for this for a 50-over tournament back in the 90s. In the late 90s, and it didn't work.
I remember Sachin talking about 220 overs and all that. They had this other option.
That was later. That was in 2010, around when
can't
ODI
give Indians
cricket.
maths, no? We'll just take anything and we'll do all kinds of combinations, permutations. From
it. That's why we've got so many people doing those taxes and everything
abroad. There you go.
But I mean,
but Disha, think about it this way: only an Indian company or Indian group of people from India could sit the second day of the World Cup, FIFA World Cup, once in 4 years, and discuss cricket. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, no, who else would do that?
No, but even when you talk about the FIFA World Cup, it's like the Begani Shadi mein Abdullah Diwane. It's for India, it's like that, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's still vaguely popular. A lot of people, the hype initially was there. I would say not. Do you think it's less because of Qatar and all these so-called controversies?
I think it is lesser this time because I think a few of their brands also launched their campaigns late around the FIFA World Cup, and it has.
Because people were worried it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, and there are the build up to it also hasn't been as usual. Otherwise,
it has, but it's in Arabic, so you and I haven't followed it. It's been pretty big in its own way. Yeah.
Yeah, over there possibly, but the whole thing about like say even 2018 Russia
Yeah.
or 2014 Brazil, you could sense the whole build-up.
Why didn't we just give him the next World Cup also, so he left Ukraine alone? He's at 22 Tukar, and that everybody will be calm in Russia. Listen, we can't go to war. We have to win a World Cup. Everything would be fine.
Yeah, and
Think about it.
they went into the quarterfinals last time.
Yeah,
5-0 they
so
beat
now
Saudi.
the pressure is on Qatar because normally the home country always escapes the group stages, right? The host country.
Only once it's not happened where South Africa
yeah.
did not qualify in 2010.
Bafana.
Yeah,
Right.
so they didn't qualify, but it was a bit of history yesterday because the home team has never lost its first game in the World Cup, and yesterday was the first time.
But you expected them. I know they've started an academy and they've got a lot of local players.
Aspire Academy, yeah.
Yeah, 70-80% are actually local.
Yeah.
So I'm told.
In fact, one of the captain, Hassan Al Haidos, is I think one of the alumni from there.
This is what I mean about Nishad being the king of sport. Only he knows the names of the Qatari players. In Qatar, they're struggling. Kaun hai, they're asking.
First I heard Hassan Al Haidos, so I thought of Matthew Hayden.
That's how you put it together.
Haidos, yeah. But
so it's still the stepchild of cricket, is it not? Football, I tell you. But we shouldn't talk big about football World Cup. First win a cricket World Cup. It's been some time now. Yeah.
Oh, it's been some time. 2013 was the last time that India won the ICC event. So anyway, we wrote this, looking back at that, because in 2007 nobody had any idea what the T20 format was about.
Yeah.
And in fact I spoke to Jeff Lawson as well, who was the Pakistan coach.
Right.
And even Pakistan went about it in a very simple way, but the guy running, what the brain behind the Pakistan campaign was actually Misbah Ulaq. So Misbah had,
who's an engineer, MBA. Traditionally they have two really educated guys who run the team,
but Misbah was coming back after a few years. He had figured out T20 cricket, and he would tell
he
these
played
guys,
the first year of the IPL also when things were okay
for Royal Challengers Bangalore.
And he did okay as well.
And I think he was the first player to be hit wicket in the IPL.
Yeah, that's okay. It's not hate wicket, it's hit wicket. See,
hit wicket.
The relations were good.
But at the time, Misbah would find new ways to get out. So
that was heartbreaking. If you're a Pakistani supporter, I mean, even as an Indian supporter, it was. Who could have scripted that end? I mean, just going back to Shishan bowling, and then our friend, what's his name, the medium pacer who took
Joginder bowled.
That was his Balwinder Singh Sandhu moment, right?
Sorry. And people talk about Joginder, and I was going through. He actually had
he played a little bit after that for India.
No, that was his last game for India.
It was last game for
India.
Last game for India. India, stand up and explain this. Joginder took you to the final trophy, and this is how we treated him.
And he bowled very well in that match. Actually, he had bowled 3 overs before that.
Selector ban jao. What is this
Third, I've not played test matches for India, so I don't.
But this is the one format where the slow medium bowler, like what New Zealand had in the 90s, like Gavin Larson, etc. That kind of guy can actually do something in the T20 format.
You can.
We seem to have lost. There are not too many of them around.
Yeah, there is one player from England whom I watched in the PSL, and he was also a part of I think the Punjab Kings this year, called Benny Howell. Bowls off a short run up, the wicketkeeper stands up, and is not very easy to play.
Yeah.
And he's got that Gavin Larson type of thing, does a little bit with the ball.
Nibbles here and there, and it's less than 120.
Around that.
KM,
and I saw him bowl in the PSL, and he was more than decent and can bat a bit as well. So, those dibbly-dobbly, wibbly-wobblies, they sort of can be.
Yeah.
But then again, that tells us, I know that we always go off on a tangent, but that tells us how way ahead of times was Martin Crowe.
Really, we'll come back to that for a second. I want to just mention to everyone who's listening and worried. Yes, unfortunately, we are both cricket nuts and football slightly nuts and sports nuts. So that's going to be a problem in this conversation. Most women I've ever met say get lost the moment I start talking about sports like this. Except my lovely mother, who's the only one who's holding her. She was invested in. I mean, that's really a sports nut. Ecuador was. Ecuador is playing Qatar. You don't know a single name. You have no research, nothing. But she's invested. And I'm watching her expressions, and all that. How we Indians overreact to everything. It's just fabulous. What a country. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And that's it about the FIFA World Cup, right? I mean, everyone watches. And I think there are a few shout-outs.
No, Mayank Jain has just interrupted us on the Joginder strain. Joginder gave up cricket himself, went for a government job, and is chilling since then.
No, he didn't. He played,
Mayank to sala joking karte hain.
He actually dismissed Sachin in his last Ranji game in Haryana.
Yeah.
So that was in 2013.
But I thought Sachin played his last Ranji game in 1989 itself.
No, that was one game where in the second innings he got 75, 76 and chased down the score for Mumbai. But
So the man who destroyed Waqar Yunus, Wasim Akram,
Hmm.
some of the best West Indian quicks of the 90s, Curtly Ambrose, Courtney Walsh, he got out of Joginder.
Yeah, it was the Lahali pitch with grass on it, moving a bit around. And
He was beaten for pace.
Joginder, to tell you,
Uh,
why he is an inspiration is because he had a terrible road accident in 2011.
oh,
To bounce back from
there
there,
goes the comedy, guys.
he was.
We were going to really set
But
him up
then
for some
in,
huge
in
stuff.
a
here.
year, he bounced back and he played Ranji Trophy again. And later during the pandemic also.
Why wasn't he selected for T20 after that? Considering we don't have these dibbly dobblies anymore.
So so I look at it this way. In 2007, India came back here, and there was one T20 international at the CCI against Australia. The same team was retained with one addition, which was Murli Karthik came into the team after a 6-wicket haul in the ODI.
Left armsman.
Yeah, and he played that game instead of Joginder Sharma. He was the
But
bowler.
they're not exactly set up for each other, no?
Yeah, but he had just taken 6 wickets in that ODI, and then after that was this T20 international. India then for the next 1.5 year played only one T20 international, which was in Australia.
Gaurav Pilania Singh just because he wasn't good enough. Fair criticism that he doesn't hold a place consistently in a T20 lineup.
Well, if you look at his numbers, actually in that World Cup he had done well. In that final itself, in his first 3 overs, he had conceded only 13 runs and taken a wicket. The wicket was of Yunus Khan.
Right.
And against South Africa, when India put South Africa under pressure in the middle overs, he bowled a really tight spell. So yeah, I mean, there were occasions on good batting tracks he could be taken off for runs, but people don't talk about his batting. He didn't get to bat. Otherwise, he was a very big hitter. And possibly, if we had possibly seen him as a batsman, who knows, we may have seen a longer career. But because I remember him hitting a few for Chennai Super Kings as well in the first few seasons.
Well, the big question of who's the number 4 has been solved. So Joginder, sorry. Surya, we call him Surya Prakash here.
Surya Prakash
is number 4 to stay for a long time now. Amazingly, not doing so many ads. Every time the ad break happens, it's Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, occasionally it's Bumrah. But where's my Surya Prakash Kumar Yadav?
That's going to change.
I would think that please, advertisers, get it right now. It's so quick.
In fact, there was a report last week that I was reading now that brands are flocking to his managers and have approached
managers.
Yeah.
All ex-cricketers, huh?
You've got nowadays an athlete has got like an agency managing, right? So it's not just one guy, there are others. So apparently there have been approaches, and who knows, we'll see Surya Kumar on TV very soon. And that's what something I remember with Dhoni as well. I mean, for 1 year into his, you didn't see him on ads, and then suddenly he was everywhere.
Yeah, Dhoni was long. He was very telegenic initially. He stood out from the rest.
Oh yeah,
he was like a blast from the past because the hairstyle was from somewhere else, etc., etc. And he was, I think he's what you see is what you get. Personality which always works well for an advertiser.
And with Dhoni, it was that uncomplicated approach, and the way he just went about his batting and just hitting those big sixes. Of course, later he tempered it down with responsibility.
No, it was always, for me, I think people misread that. He always began slowly, a little pushing here and there, and then he ended with the explosion. It's a lot like how I am in the bedroom. I was. I'm not. I'm nothing now. I'm the guy who gets the towel. Towel lana? Madam ka complete ho gaya? Okay. Sorry. Guy is getting trained in acting. Kushal is. I love this. This chat is just, we don't have a kind word for anyone. The guy is playing the best cricket of his life. Now he's getting trained for acting. Fair enough, because I think durable career. Started late, a bit like Mike Hussey, they say. The Mike Hussey of India in a sense. And now do you see him in red ball as well?
At least that's what, a few experts say, that he's an all-round player.
I don't know why not. I mean, watching him bat in Australian conditions and all. I mean, when he was on, bro. Yeah, this is the best batting I've seen.
But again, now where will you bat him as well? That is the question.
Well, let me just say, all good things come to an end, and then you have to fill up positions in an 11. I won't take names and all that. But then the next year to 18 months, I see at least 2, maybe 3 places free.
Yeah, that could be possible, because now the focus will be completely on the 50-over World Cup. So, that is going to be really...
Hence, we are playing 3 cracker one-day games against Bangladesh in December, and followed by 2 test matches. You don't think we can lose, no? I'm a little worried.
Bro, Bangladesh, there's always that fire, and last time...
And they hate India.
Oh, yeah.
I feel when they play us, they are really angry.
They're really
angry before the toss only.
And you should see...
If I could understand Bengali, I'll tell you what they are saying.
Oh, you should meet their media as well. I mean,
they're even more angry.
Oh, yeah. When I met them in...
Let's call it Angry Desh. Angry Desh is the new name.
2015 World Cup. 2015 World Cup. I still remember that whole Rohit Sharma no ball thing.
Oh,
and then in the media center,
I remember that.
I mean, in the media, we were we are obviously trained at the time to be neutral and all, keep your passions in check. But some of these guys, they just let rip.
Isn't that funny? All the other journalists are like trying not to celebrate the shot and all, and the guys, it's fantastic.
And I still remember the next day was when I think someone from their board who was in the ICC had made a statement saying that as a fan I'm saying that was not a no ball or something.
He brought it up.
And
he hadn't digested the loss.
Oh yeah, and it was really.
I don't want to start a war and all, but I always feel that India Pakistan, when they play, the players actually don't have any enmity. Really.
They don't.
But Bangladesh and India, and more from Bangladesh's side, is very, very strong because you can just see their emotions. Of course, they're an emotional team, probably the most emotional team on display. Yeah.
Oh yes, and I think the emotions also have gotten the better of
But
them.
why do they hate us?
Well,
it can't just be Rohit Sharma's no ball. It's got to be more than that.
It's got to be, I think, with more like a big brother syndrome, maybe.
But why they don't have that with Pakistan? They don't have that with, say, Sri Lanka. Why us?
That's what I've never understood.
Actually, there are 4 brothers, and we are the oldest.
Yeah,
which is true. First there was India.
Yeah.
Then there was Pakistan. Then there was Bangladesh. Or Sri Lanka kab aa gaya? Just check quickly, Google.
And
Sri Lanka is having a rebirth. It's coming back now.
And I still remember when whenever, like when I went to Dhaka, that thing was always there, to get the better of India. They just wanted it so.
It's like New Zealand, Australia is what you're saying. New Zealand always wanted to get Australia and finally did. After not winning a match in 5 years or something.
But in rugby, they've always had the upper hand.
Wow, you really switched tracks, yeah.
So
can you say All Blacks or is that anti-woke?
Why? It's All Blacks. That's the name of the team.
I don't know. I'm just checking, guys.
No, I've got a flag at home.
When in doubt, pull the book out and just put it in front of the screen.
Yeah.
You said we. Who's we? Who's the we who's made the book?
So me and Sachin Bajaj, who's my co-author,
and Sachin Bajaj,
also who's
fitness
co-founder,
fanatic.
Yeah, Niche Sports.
Lives at Oval Maidan. I know him.
Yeah, and is a part of CCI
correct,
a lot of other places.
He used to take tours and all. He's very involved with admin also.
Oh yeah, very, very much involved in that. So obviously
he's one of those great Indian admin coachy guys who knows a lot about the game, does a lot for the game, but has never ever looked like he's played the game.
Well, he has actually played for CCI.
I don't believe it. I want pictures.
He has played for CCI.
Where was he fielding?
I have no idea.
Was he in a wheelchair? Oh, you know what I mean. So for the woke people, just I apologize.
Oh, you just love taking on the woke people, don't you?
Nishad, you're the wrong guy to come. You caused me to think about all these things.
Oh,
I can't see young Bajaj. I think he's not really fast. Where do you put him?
Don't worry, I'm also a lawyer, so it's okay.
Are you still practicing?
No, I'm not. But
Gujarat is winning.
But I think your dad's a lawyer, right?
Yeah, my dad passed away unfortunately.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I had no idea.
Not only my dad, my grandfather, my great grandfather. So 3 generations, and I'm 1 year LLB.
1 year now.
Yeah, like my cousin Vinny. Hey, Tony, I can do it for you.
Yeah. 1 year LLB, and then
so you can practice. You can take a book. You can. Now nobody uses books anymore, but you can. You can take your knowledge into the court and you can practice.
No, but I should know what to do, right? It's like after 10 years. Just coming in and practicing. Oh, that's a big statement.
Sorry, we got a googly here. I have to stop you midstream because Samir Korpekar, as usual, brings the ball away from the right-hander and then brings it in with the wrong one. India hasn't won an ICC trophy in non-Congress years. You take this one, Nishad.
I take this one.
I know you're a strong supporter of the government. I'm a neutral. I'm whoever gives me less taxation and lets me save money. I'm for those guys.
Okay, so if we are going to do this, it's very difficult.
But people are superstitious. That people think like that.
People are superstitious, and then if that's the case, then we should possibly when the World Cups were won, 2011 and 1983.
There was only one cup.
The presidents.
11 no, but in 83 there was only one party.
The presidents of the BCCI were from Nagpur. So next time, do we have to ensure that
Maharashtrian touch now into it?
Yeah. So should we do that?
Well, we have our Nagpur stand-up
comedian. And the captain was from a school called DAV. So next time, should a captain be chosen who's from a school called DAV? Because Kapil Dev was DAV Chandigarh.
I've shot that. I didn't know he was from DAV Chandigarh.
Yeah, DAV Chandigarh.
In 96, I shot it for MTVU.
Yeah.
Why didn't they ever tell me that? This is the famous one where the principal confiscated the camera because he heard that we were asking boys and girls what color chaddis they had. And all. Completely true. But I was like a 20-odd years and with 18, 19-year-olds, what do we talk about? Yeah.
It wasn't that school with that big playground.
Huge
playground.
But the principal himself, because our camera, it was like gold, right? So you have the camera attendants holding on to it.
Yeah.
So there was this scene where he's grabbing it because we had gone and presented our case to him to say, boss, it's like infotainment, ye karega, wo karega, tarif karega, college ka, all that. We went in that direction, which is not really true. It was MTV University where you talk to kids about hostel life and what do boys want to talk about girls want to talk about boys and how bad they are, whatever. It's all that, yeah. It's an irreverent, silly, stupid conversation.
It wasn't Bakra, was it?
No. Bakra was much worse. This
Bakra
was a sophisticated version of Bakra, yeah.
No, I still remember there was this Bakra episode where, you would go on the streets and ask people about Cyrus has been more to other colleges than his own college.
And who would not want that?
Who
would not want that?
That was a dream life.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Because now, if you're a young guy looking, at all these young girls and all for the first time in your life, can you imagine going to different colleges? It's like paradise, real paradise. 72 virgins. What are you talking about?
No, but there was that Bakra episode that I remember you were going around as a journalist and asking people questions on, that the match fixing scandal or any other cricket question.
So in that, the funniest one is when we took this guy of African descent who we met, very sweet guy, but with a British accent, English accent, and we called him, and they were touring with Flintoff as captain. And we went to places in Dadar and all proper Mumbai places, where you hardcore cricket lovers are, and said, would you like to take selfie with, he was dressed in English whites and all that, would you like to take a selfie with the captain, Freddie Flintoff? Yeah. They took, nobody ever, not one person said, wait a minute, this can't be him.
Oh, so much. I have to tell you this story. This happened when I was in Gujarat Lions. So we were flying. I don't remember from where to where. It was a fairly long
first
flight.
Class. By the way, guys, he's very modest, but he's like literally one of the main cogs in the wheel of the entire Gujarat from the time they were Lions to now where they become Titans.
No, they are different teams. They're different.
But you've been there, right? It's sort of evolved, right? In a sense.
Oh, it has evolved. But this story you've got to hear of people not having any idea. So I still. So it was. I was sitting on the middle seat. The aisle seat was empty and our team trainer was sitting next to me on the window seat. And in front of me was Dale Steyn. And next to him was our main head of security and our CEO. So once the flight took off, Dale Steyn gets up on his seat, kneels on the seat, looks back and starts chatting with me. So one of Dale Steyn's friends was also traveling. So he, whenever they would go to India or somewhere, he would get a few of his friends who would like to explore the country.
Who'd pay for it?
So I think Dale may have been doing it.
This is very important. You can't just call up the BC guy and say, "Mera 5 dost bhi aa rahe." Just organize business class. Yeah.
So one of them just came, he sat next to me and the three of us are having a conversation. So it was me, Dale Steyn and his friend. Yeah. And we are just chatting. It's been going on for one elderly gentleman comes and he taps on Dale Steyn's friend's shoulder. Excuse me. Like, yeah, yes, sir. Can I have a picture with you? And he's like, really, mate? Do you know who I am? Yes, I know who you are. I want a picture with you. Like, okay. He takes his phone camera out, gives it to Dale Steyn and tells him, take our picture.
This guy's a complete nobody.
He has no idea. And we all burst out laughing.
And we're supposed to be a cricket crazy country and we know everyone and every statistic. How does this happen?
And Dale, being the funny guy that he is, he takes a couple of pictures, flips it into selfie camera mode, makes all sorts of faces and takes pictures in his phone. And then the man comes back, who asked you to take selfies on my phone? He didn't know who the guy was.
That's a career that was kind of cut short because he was going to break all the records in bowling at one stage. Just the statistics were mind-boggling. Not the friend, Dale Steyn.
Dale Steyn. Bad shoulder injury. So, once that gave way.
Sorry, Rohan Patil. Nishad, how to get a job in Gujarat Titans? Come on, huh? Answer.
Oh, don't worry. I mean, I get all these.
Jawab de do. These are hopefuls.
But I get all these
how
messages.
Can you tell us, is it wrong to ask this question? What is the process to be part of the setup here? I mean, considering you're not a Ranji player or you don't have a cricket equity background in that sense.
So you've got to work your way up. There's no
You have to sleep around?
Not at all. You've got to work your way up because so I joined in as media manager at Gujarat Lions. I was very fortunate to get that opportunity. And after that, it's taking on different roles, just being around in the circuit, and then ultimately.
But be honest, you started literally at the bottom because you had no friends, no networking, nothing.
Yeah.
How did you get that first job? You just literally begged.
No, I mean, I just randomly used to write to people on LinkedIn, and then
LinkedIn is the answer.
LinkedIn is the answer, actually, and
years will pass.
And as it happened, who was my boss at the Gujarat Lions?
Spark.
He read my application and then he was like, "Look,
how did he read the application? They don't actually read them, do they?"
Oh, he read. I was lucky as well. So he read and he called me. He's like, "Look, I don't have a content role." At the time, I was looking at a content role. He's like, media manager banega. I was like, whoa, that's a step up. And I was what, 25 at the time. And I was like,
this is how the cabinet is chosen. Defense करेगा तू? आजा. Sir, मैं तो karate expert हूँ. Yes, you are perfect.
and then so yeah, that's how it started. Then luckily 5 years with the IPL, BCCI, and
No, then, you being who you are, you prove yourself. I can understand all that. But I'm just thinking that first step is so tough for most people when you come from outside the arena of anything, Because without networking, without someone making that phone call, कि मेरा बाप का ये वो पहचान, you can't get into the door.
but you've got to be seen in the circuit. That's the thing. Like what I would
But
do.
he basically picked up your writing, right? So that's the
Yeah.
thing is then he has to read the writing. The writing has to be.
And what I also did was I ensured I was in when I was a full-time journalist. This was back in the day
When they were full-time journalists. now they're all anchors.
and I still remember even on my holidays, I used to go to these cricket events because I knew that there were opportunities to make.
So you
a
were
network.
investing in the event from 2 points of view. One is to find girls, which weren't ever there, and second was to sort of network.
Yeah,
I don't know if that answers this question, but because I think there's a lot of karma involved in this almost. The way you put it, it's not exactly like doing an MBBS and then getting a apprenticeship, and it's not so clear cut in that sense.
Yeah, it's because see, I trained in law, but now things have changed. It's
everybody who's trained in law does something else. Just look at politicians; they're all lawyers.
Now, I mean, it's so different because I was teaching at a sports management college, and right now they have so many opportunities. No,
you're doing some teaching of sports management somewhere.
I was, but then the paper corrections, I couldn't get through that. It was tough on me.
The spellings.
Oh, a lot of them would write the wrong, like it was online.
Give us an example.
Okay, I'll give you an example. So I got some of these projects, and I would tell them, okay, choose any sports team you like and make a media plan for it and all. I received so many of those assignments which was same with only the sports teams names changed.
Oh wow, they googled it.
Huh? They got it from somewhere.
5 steps.
and what they didn't realize is that me, with the memory that I have, I could remember who's done what, and then in the online exams as well, because they were online, and some of them would write like, say, question number 4, question number 5. The answer for question number 5 was in question number 4, and the question number 4 answer was in question number 5.
True passion.
Yeah, it was like it was bizarre. So then I was like, I can't do the paper corrections anymore.
See, Samir is a little tarif your side. People only see the final result, not the journey. That's true. But this haphazard way of life, playing its own role when you look at anybody's life, it's amazing. You can't really chart a course for your own life and explain it to somebody else.
You can't charter, but I mean, I remember when you met me a few years ago, and at the time, it wasn't a very easy.
The Legends thing?
When we did the Legends thing. Yeah. Didn't have much work at the time, but was just trying to. The important thing is to stay. It's like an old-fashioned test match. You just stay in, don't get out.
You watch the ball.
Yeah, watch the ball.
You gave the bowler the first hour.
Yeah,
you read Bradman's Art of Cricket.
Yeah, you've got to do that. And because most of the people that I started with after one point, they went in for jobs that they may not have liked. But you just wait long enough to ensure that something turns
you're trained. You're an engineer. You got that whole lawyer. Before that, you were trying to do an MBA also, if I remember correctly.
Oh no.
Lag out. What's the big deal? You will be amazed.
I did science in 11th, 12th, failed in physics, chemistry, and maths in the prelims. So
is this also Nagpur connection or Goa?
This is all me.
All right. So no, it's interesting because how to explain what Nishad does, but I will drop names here. One of his closest friends, first name is Hardik, but I can't say the surname because if I say Pandya, then you'll know. Right? So I can't say that. But it's amazing that just overnight, then you're running this team and 2 or 3 of the brightest players that we have, and some foreign players who are fantastic. One South African who reinvented himself literally and is half the team in the white ball cricket, completely from that season, I would think, almost. Hardik himself. Hardik, after becoming captain, has gone up. He's gone up a notch. He's just more confident, and no one can. At the end of the day, with 5 overs left in the T20 game, if you want him at the crease, whatever happens.
And it's the temperament. I mean, with Hardik, like I've been fortunate to know him for quite a few years.
What do you call him, Hardy?
No, we call him
Hardu?
HP.
So, HP.
Yeah.
So that sounds like an equation.
Okay, so that's why I also failed in.
Yeah.
But also when.
But can you say MCBC to him? I mean, because you're
no, come on.
But not in a bad way. Like how we talk. I'm saying, can you talk to him like how you talk to me? Can you say, "Yeah, come on, hurry up"?
No, I wouldn't use.
Motherfucker, come on, Hardik, come on. Do it once. Record it and play it for us.
Record it
Please.
and send it to you.
Please.
But
Oh.
the fact that stood out for me, and which I always noticed, with him even before he was captain. Whenever I used to, in my role at the BCCI IPL, when I used to do that, and when he used to come for any pre-match interviews, one thing I noticed, he was very observant of people around, and he was very caring naturally. And as a captain, I think that served him really
He's an
well.
extrovert also, no? Because on the field, he doesn't hold back.
Likes to spend time with his teammates, and gets to know everyone personally. So I think that was a very important factor. And I think more than anything, he was so determined after the last World Cup. He took a break. He worked on his fitness,
his bowling.
And he started touching 140. I think
I've seen him touch 145 also, when he's fully fit.
And for me, I think one of the moments of the season was when he bowled, I think, in the second game against Delhi. And he took the new ball and got the first wicket. I think that's where things were like.
He and Stokes are doing this of late now, of bowling short into the ribs as their thing. Who's the New Zealander who was doing it in the test matches? Wagner.
Neil Wagner.
Yeah, so they started having this one guy who just bowls into the body and sort of keeps them hopping on the back foot or playing the horizontal back shot.
And the spell in the final, I think that was fantastic.
Yeah. That's the character of a captain, one who can raise his game at the right time. Like we've seen in the past, the Kapil Dev effect for early days in India. Good decision. Okay, you're biased. Good decision to have him as the T20 captain going forward. This is it.
Well, I think it's going to be a little bit more clear ahead, because their focus is going to be on ODIs.
Yeah.
And I think one-day cricket is going to take complete, it's going to take
for the next 12 months.
For the next 12 months.
Immediately 12 months later, or whatever,
then it's going to be T20 cricket. So I think it's because a lot can change, in terms of team combinations, someone else getting into
I have
form.
only one fear, Nishad, that he'll not play red ball. Because he's got enough on his plate with the white ball, plus the IPL captaincy, plus now they're thinking of letting them play wherever we have Indian footprint, like South African Premier League. So I'm worried that, the red ball will go. And he could have been a great red ball player. He began so well.
He began so well that in Sri Lanka, he got that great knock in Cape Town.
Yeah,
and then he got 5 wickets at Nottingham. So all these things. But, all these, looking at 2024, it's very difficult to say where the Indian team will be, because, there will be 2 IPLs before that. There are a lot of different things. So, team combinations.
I have to stop you there, because people are going mad trying to figure out where Antariksh is. Himisha Singh, I hope Antariksh is fine. But somebody said that he's getting his RT-PCR report because he's never on time. He's one of the late Latifs. Who's the latest guy when it comes to your team?
No, the thing
who never makes the bus?
If the bus, because we were in the bubble, it left sharp on time. So
who missed it? Tell the truth.
No, nobody missed it. I mean, it was quite fascinating to see that everybody. So I still remember there was one occasion where we were like, where's this guy? But
names.
He was in the other bus.
What other bus?
There were 2 buses because of the whole social distancing thing and everything.
Oh, right.
So there was like, where's this guy? He was in the other bus.
Okay. So who was the guy who you thought was, but it turned out to be great?
Huh?
Who was this guy?
It was one of the net bowlers, so don't worry.
Damn it. Okay, we have to go into a break, but we have to answer this question that's, breaking the internet right now. Where is Antariksh? They're calling the cops. Or CBI is involved from what I gather right now. He's actually shooting an ad film for us.
Oh.
For his own show. Some Bakwas show called The Bakwas Show. No, the quiz show. We'll find out more about it when he comes in. You remember him, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because
sports lover.
I spent the most awkward 5 minutes in an online discussion with Antariksh.
Yeah.
And so I still remember that, because 5 minutes, Cyrus got disconnected.
He went to us two talking cricket, and really enjoying ourselves.
Antariksh and me just sitting next to each other.
It was like an awkward date, right? You meet the girl for the first time.
It was like someone described it in the best way. It was like that Friends episode where Mike met Ross.
Yeah.
And they didn't know what to talk to each other, and they had beer with them. Just that we didn't have beer.
For the record, who was Mike and who was Ross?
Mike was obviously Phoebe's boyfriend.
In the 2 of you, who's playing who? Which avatar is yours?
I don't think neither of us are divorced, so I don't think either of us can be Ross.
I don't want to point fingers, but in a sense he is. But we'll take a break and then come back. We'll come back. Here's the break.
Hey, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Cock and Bull, Cyrus and Kajol are joined by actor-director Roshan Abbas. Roshan shares funny anecdotes from his early days in film and TV and talks about his upcoming monsoon wedding musical. On The Advertiser's Guide to the Galaxy, Karthik takes a look at a bank commercial featuring Amir Khan and Kiara Advani and explores whether advertising affects our traditions. On the Life Manifesto, Zarina explains why one should not feel guilty for putting themselves first. On Has It Aged Well, Abbas and Urjita are joined by scriptwriter and movie enthusiast Asim Chandavar to explore the 90s Govinda superhit Dulhe Raja. You can find new episodes on the IVM Pop channel. And on The Habit Coach, Ashton encourages us to change our habit of being constantly glued to our phones. Once again, don't forget to visit our merch store on ivmpodcast.com. We have some exciting stuff for you over there. Follow us on social media. We are IVM Podcasts on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. If you like our shows, spread the word, tell your friends, and don't forget to rate and review them wherever you're listening. You'll also find our shows on YouTube at youtube.com/IVM Podcasts. And finally, we would like to thank our sponsors this week: Bumble, Heads Up for Tails, Kotak Privy League Program, and HDFC Mutual Fund. Thank you for making this possible.
All right, hope you're having a great time watching this show called, what's the name? Cyrus something. And before we go to part 2, please like and subscribe. I was just testing myself. I always do that from time to time. Yeah, like and subscribe to the channel ASAP. And then we'll come back with great stuff. Not really.
Too often.
Oh, we're back, and of course not paying attention because we're all watching somebody else's podcast.
And Surya Prakash is here.
Surya Prakash is
Surya
brought.
Prakash, yes.
Surya
Spy.
Prakash is here.
Before we go
Spy is
further,
here.
with respect to Grim Fandango, the guy with the most equity in the show, never crave for the ad break so much, even if it's Niv. Break, guys. It's all great, but why slacking off on poor Niv? What the hell?
Yeah.
You haven't met Niv. We do have females on the show. Don't judge by us, all right? 1 or 2 girls do come. They don't stay, but we do get girls from time to time.
Yeah, I would like to apologize. I'm joining you in after the break, after the first half.
Because you were very busy. You're like the young Amitabh Bachchan.
I
You
was,
couldn't get your date. He's on one set and then he's
Correct.
go to the next set.
I was reading up on my
Agni
cricketing
Patil.
knowledge.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
reading about my cricket knowledge.
Yeah.
I was finally heard about this book called Limitless,
Yeah.
which is based on
Hey,
the
why not
movie
show it
Limitless.
then? Might as
It's,
well show the book.
It's based on the
yeah,
movie
yeah.
Limitless and the TV show of the same name,
Yeah.
right? Isn't
Yeah,
that it?
TV
Rohit
show.
It's about a
Shetty is
drug
going
that
to-
Nishad has been taking.
Rohit Shetty is
lately.
going to make the movie.
Okay,
He's
so-
already signed up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're looking at 4 young guys to play the main characters.
Oh, could we be one of some of them?
You
Cyrus?
maybe. I'll be playing the father.
Oh great! Wow, nice.
Yeah. Nishad has
Yes.
seen Friends. Whoa, Bright, Kaufman, Crane have left the building. The
Mark-
writers.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Oh,
Bright,
okay.
Kaufman, and Crane.
They
Yeah.
left the.
See, I know quite a bit thanks to my daughter. Really, I owe her so much. Otherwise, I'm lost, with all these references.
You know this because you saw the reunion, right?
With the
Friends reunion.
daughter.
With the daughter.
Who then, if you have a younger teenager in the house, they coach you. They take you through it. Like it's like a PhD. It's a different experience. So and so this, so and so that. That's what happened. I hated Friends within 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I couldn't bear it.
But
And then
but
you
yeah,
remade it. That's why.
Yeah, that's why you remade it into an
You
Indian.
hate it
And I
so much.
screw them,
It
boss.
has to be.
One for the
This is the way you do it, right?
Yeah. Don't fuck with the Desi community, guys. Yeah.
And what was your character in that role?
The Matt
Joey.
LeBlanc, Joey.
Joey.
Zoe.
No,
yeah.
Joey.
We can't say Joey. Not Zoe.
Zoe. I
That's-
remember watching one episode and a cracker burst.
You don't
in
have to
your
say one
hand.
episode. You can just say I remember watching because everyone watches one episode.
And
and
no, and the
I was
cracker
watching
burst
it
in your
Yes,
hand.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
A cracker burst in your
Which is
hand.
a direct thing from the.
That's oh wow. Who says Tom Cruise does his own stunts? Cyrus Brocha does his own stunts.
No, I did. I made Nikhil hold it because he doesn't feel scared about anything. And then they just show my face.
What's the third friend?
Mr. Dimri, Anil Dimri. He was a
Okay.
model.
Oh.
He was a jawline and all that. And he was from Uttarakhand, so the Hindi speaking guy of the show.
Oh, okay.
And the whole idea was to keep 1 or 2 really good Hindi speaking to, because we are so bad, so to balance it out. And by the end, he was talking like me because he spent all his time with me. So I converted him into bad Hindi. As Saukar always says, yaar, tere milne ke baad mein Hindi bakwas ho gaya. Because it's true, they
Saukar
come.
says this?
Yeah, they come.
You? Oh, that's
Yeah,
nice.
Delhi boys, they come here.
Saukar's Hindi is pretty good.
No,
Yeah,
it is. But
yeah.
the thing is, when they come here, they hang with us. Now,
Yeah,
our
yeah.
Hindi is different. Like even Sparsh. Sparsh has to talk to his dad for 5 minutes so he can
Yeah,
clean
yeah.
up Hindi in his head. If he talks to Rishi for 10 minutes before that, it's gone. Now you
Yeah.
just start speaking Bombay.
Yeah.
Bombay is a
Are
different
kai
language.
re?
Apun and all is the least of the problems. It's much worse than that.
Yeah, it is. But
So I kid you not. So Dimbi was making mistakes with the script. And Ajit Pal, the director, was like, what's wrong? Why did you know the language? And they comment like mehu, meho, and all that.
Yeah.
Simple mistakes were happening. I mean, why?
we got you here to get everyone else's
Yeah.
Hindi better, not the
Yeah.
other way around. Yeah.
Oh, he did a great. I don't know which episode. There's this. We do ding dong because the sound effect of the bell is put in later, right? So So Ajit Pal would, and he would not laugh. So this is what's happening. Huh? Ding dong is an audio cue for all of us. Ding dong, and then he has to burst through. So after 3-4 takes, the timing going wrong. Because he was coming late, he came early. But as he entered on the ding, he himself said dong. So it was Ajit Pal going ding dong, and then we couldn't recover. It took us half an hour to get over that because every time he, get that laughing thing which goes on. So every time he opened the door, we laugh, even when it was perfectly correct the take.
And Kunal was also a part of the show.
Kunal,
yeah, I think it was Ganthar.
Yeah, he was given a chair. Kunal needs a chair, whatever we shoot with him.
Do bloopers of that show exist somewhere?
The bloopers is the show. Haven't you not seen it?
No, is it on YouTube somewhere?
Wow, you're so excited.
I think it definitely used to be. I don't know if it still is.
I think it will be on that Truth Solution or whatever, the same platform that
Truth Social.
Truth Social.
Truth
Donald
Social.
Trump.
Truth Solution.
So there's Friends, there's Donald Trump.
Yeah, correct.
Maybe we
There's
can.
Kangaran announced latest speech. We've got a collection of.
But
Rishi, you're happy with all this, huh?
have you already talked about this today?
What?
Like Donald Trump's.
No, we haven't because we were just discussing. Nishad's a bit of a narcissist, no?
Okay.
Ye mera kitab hai, maine ye kiya, maine wo kiya. Hardik is my best friend. I call him Hardy. I call him HP. HP.
Yes.
HP is a fucking petrol pump.
Or the computer.
Hey, what's with the tattoos, man? Now that you mentioned it.
I have no idea. I'll ask him that next time.
But a lot of them, no, Virat onwards, I mean, half the team is just tattoo.
You know, I wanted to also get a tattoo done. Actually, 2 tattoos done, but I'm just scared of the pain, so I'm not going to try.
No, now they've got a new technique that they're using, I've been told.
It's called temporary tattoos.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. They use some other thing where they don't.
Someone has just said in Hello Friends, Kunal was Rachel.
That's why there's a comma. Hello, friends.
Friends. Cyrus, I'm having a little
What's in
difficult time taking it seriously because of there's a tag on your spectacles that says plus 1.50.
Oh, damn, yeah.
So this is part
That's
of
the number.
Himisha, Shweta, and
of
gang
course.
who got us the.
I was there,
tag.
yes.
Well,
Great show, by the way. That
there
was
are 6 pairs,
Uh-huh.
6 pairs of glasses.
Yeah.
Okay, this is pair number 1. Pair
Oh,
number 2
you're
is in
still
the
on pair
car.
number 1. Wow, touch
No,
wood.
and 4 pairs are in my mother's cupboard locked up for the time I break the next
Oh.
one. But leave it, it's fine. I love the tag. The tag, that's a.
Aren't you just going back and forth? Now you have
Baba,
6
if I
to choose
died,
from.
you'll be able to identify me, with the tag. I don't have a
Oh.
tattoo. How are you going to tell?
Oh, okay.
There's no tattoo.
Correct.
Well,
Nobody else can have a
there are
plus
only 2 ways.
1.50.
You look into my
number.
pants and say, "Oh my god,
Oh
that's
my
it."
God.
Oh yeah.
No, but okay, someone's saying that they actually like the show. No jokes, guys.
Then there were no jokes. That's the problem. The comedy show with no jokes just went on. And the funniest part for me is Kunal laughing. Kunal really laughs. I don't know what he was laughing at.
Yeah.
But that's his acting
Yeah,
laugh.
correct,
He was
correct.
laughing. I was watching the back shake and all. So he was actually laughing. He loved Niv. He
Yeah.
went. I thought he was a creepy old man, and Kajal was there.
Nivedita
You
Prakash?
only Nivedita, Nivinda.
Oh, at the show.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was just
You
randomly
and
talking about.
names. You and names.
I thought talking about on your Hello Friends. So I'm like, who's Niv on Hello Friends?
There was no Surya Prakash.
Yeah, the spy.
Some narcotics abuse.
Yeah, Surya Prakash will be
Yeah.
spy, right?
Also what I was doing in the last 30 minutes of the show.
You got the name right.
Narcotics.
Yeah, shooting your ad, is it?
Yes, yes, correct.
Yeah, so coming out to Niv, so he loved Niv. And he gave me a lecture in the car going back. She has such an original voice. One of those pompous statements that people make,
Very, very funny.
I mean, she was great. They were all
She was
great.
hilarious, yeah.
But the way he went on, I felt a little creepy. Because there were only 2 girls in the lineup. Kajal, though, already there's problems with him and Kajal. And then he goes for this Niv. And she did this whole Tam girl talking in
Very
Hindi,
funny. Very
which is
funny,
really
good.
funny. The whole setup is great. And it's very
Yeah.
real because that's her and etc.
Yeah.
etc. So he loved that original voice and real voice and all that. I just got crept out because the difference in ages are 41 years or something. I mean, that's a lot, to
Hey,
call up a girl.
Himisha saying that Kunal laughed a lot on the show that day. He was sitting right next to me.
That's
And
what
he
I-
was, yeah.
Himisha, I know that. We saw him.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, because whenever we're in trouble, we look for Kunal. Because normally he's never paying attention. You know what he's done? There was an opening of a play when I was in MTV with Maria, Nafisa, and Nikhil in the lead.
Okay.
I can't remember the name, but it's a slightly poignant story about HIV, AIDS, and all that. Little heavy stuff. And we were in the front row because they give us tickets, and you have to go and support your people and all. Tata Theatre front row, guys. If you've been to Tata Theatre, the acoustics are fantastic. You can hear the audience as well as they can hear the performers equal. The acoustic. Spurs, when Spotify releases you, perform in Tata Theatre. You get great respect and love. So 5 to 7 minutes on, Nikhil is talking on stage or with Maria about somebody having HIV and only 6 months to live, and the audience is going, feeling really sad and all. And then we hear this sound.
Oh wow!
First row. First row. He slept through. And then he
Wait, he didn't snore. You're making that up.
Listen to hypocrisy. Then we go backstage. I didn't know they knew. I mean, vaguely, whatever. I didn't know anyone knew. I go backstage. And he's telling everyone, fantastic. Good badhiya. Whoa, well played, guys. Well played. And apparently the director was so angry with him, so angry that we had to actually take him home quickly because the guy was getting like, a few laughs happen every time the poignant moment and you go, it can work on our podcast.
Did he become a permanent addition to the show then after that? Okay, you just sit in the audience.
You're right,
Maybe
but the
laugh.
audience came for him.
Yeah, correct. Oh, great.
Okay,
Let's get to one of the topics that we had other than Nishad's book. Of course.
Limitless.
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 Yes.
Topics are limitless.
Topics are limitless. Donald Trump is back on Twitter. Elon Musk had done a poll.
No, he's they accept.
No,
he's
correct,
saying
correct.
no.
His account is back on Twitter.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
hasn't
if
been
he
active
wants
yet.
to, if he
Yeah,
wants
correct,
to.
correct. If he wants.
But he's sulking.
Yeah.
And
And he's trying to say Truth Social, mera Truth Social abhi chalega
Yeah.
any day now.
Truth Social sounds like it was made in Delhi or something. No? What the hell name is this?
Yeah.
Hey,
Social
this-
truth. Why do you want
It's gonna
social
be
truth?
terrific. It's my platform. It's gonna be terrific.
But even Twitter as an Indian word is tough. Not Twitter. How do you say
Twitter.
it?
Oh, Twitter.
Go call your uncle in Ludhiana and ask him.
Uncle ji. Hello. Hello, uncle.
Tutor.
Okay.
Tutor.
Yeah, the Truth Social. Truth
Truth Social.
That's
Truth
like
Social.
for the Indian audience. Donald Trump wanted to not come on Twitter.
But
Sorry.
Truth Social sounds more like a bar.
I don't know what it sounds like. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
It sounds
Who
like a
thought
bar.
in a place called Truth.
No, it makes sense to have it makes sense to have a one-man platform. Now they're all one-man platforms. Elon Musk has a
Yeah.
one-man platform. This guy has a one-man platform.
Correct.
But what's really going on with Twitter? It's like every day you think it's going to go off.
Look, whatever he's touched, it's gone gold. You know, in a sense.
So I think
don't know.
I think there'll be a turnaround period, man. And somehow I don't know why, but somehow like Elon Musk. So right now people are shitting on him a lot, but he has built.
No,
these,
but
like,
I heard people
multi-
discussing
yeah,
on
multi-billionaire-
YouTube, which is always
multi-billionaire
correct, yeah,
Hmm.
that no, $1 trillion empire.
Yeah,
will
exactly.
Come out of
That's what-
this.
yeah.
And people are trying to buy equity in the company and also there are a lot of people who do think just reputation. Forget
So-
what he's doing and we can't understand and the sacking,
correct.
whacking and all that. Look,
Yeah, yeah.
perspective.
He built a new
We
team.
did this with Bitcoin.
What he did it with Bitcoin?
No, I'm saying we did it.
Oh, we did. It.
Yeah.
We had shows
what?
about
Yeah.
Bitcoin and
He did push Bitcoin a lot, though, didn't he? Not or
he
Doge.
sort of did.
I
yeah.
think
he did. He
He
did.
was trolling a lot. Yeah.
And you were very much part of the Bitcoin movement.
Hey, I got my
But-
money, man.
but
I made some money.
Yeah.
So did I. So
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
was
it's
pretty
fine.
good.
Thanks, Elon.
Amit is selling his car.
I'm in Twitter. I'm in. All sold. You know, he wants to make like a super app. That's what he's saying, right? Like he wants, like if you want to, like in Indonesia and all. Like
Yeah.
that's how I know Indonesia because
Because of
history.
your ex-girlfriend.
Yes.
Nishad, I'll just quickly
but-
tell you because you
No,
may not
no,
know.
please.
He has a
Let's not.
ex-girlfriend who ran away to
Again.
Indonesia and married his friend
Again.
and didn't return the presents.
Yeah,
that
that's
he
what she
gave her.
did. Yeah.
A projector was 45,000 rupees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
The tickets would have
She
been
sent
more
back the
costly.
pictures of Silvery.
But the
Yeah.
tickets,
She
tickets
sent,
would have been
sent me
more.
pictures of her with the gift.
Yeah.
And she sent us back. to
Yeah.
me.
So
Yeah.
Truth Social is the hello friends to Twitter's friends. This is
Take Mayank off the chat.
so anyway, he wants to make a super app.
Anyway,
So, like,
Kushal is
basically-
saying soon Twitter will have the same number of staff as IBM. How many are we?
We are like 75, 80?
No, but how
Yeah.
many? Like 40?
75, 80.
75, 80?
Yeah.
That's a bit. We need to trim
We
that.
need
a
to
bit.
cut down.
एक दो को
yeah,
Yeah.
Twitter.
बात हो जाए.
Uh,
Have you ever done that? Have you sacked anyone in Gujarat?
Obviously not.
have you ever Cyrus fired
No,
someone?
he's like management now, bro.
Yeah, correct. But you've been
I'm not.
managing for a
I'm not.
few
Even
years.
a chauffeur worked for us. The wife got rid of him. I was feeling so bad actually.
Yeah.
I'm not good at that. I
Ah.
never felt comfortable.
Ah.
I can get aggressive and all that, but later on I'll cool down and I'll feel bad. I'm a bad leader, boss. Don't come to me. Can you? It takes a certain personality type to sack people. It's not
Yeah,
easy.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're fired.
Yeah, that's it. You're fired.
That's a that's a show. Yeah, it's not acting.
That's
They're
it,
getting
you're
paid
fired.
anyway. That I could do. That I could do.
Yeah.
All right. Are you doing an audition?
For what?
Yeah, for playing Donald Trump on
on
SNL.
IBM, we have no idea.
After Alec
Hey,
Baldwin
You're
retires.
going to talk about your show.
Huh?
Aren't you?
So yeah. So
No,
my
no.
show.
You're ashamed.
No,
It's
no,
like
it's
my
not.
show. Both
So
our shows
the
we're
thing is-
ashamed of. So
the
we
thing
don't
is,
really wanna-
It's there. It's
Yeah.
there.
We are
It's just
hoping.
there.
We are
It's
hoping
on
to.
Truth
Yeah,
Social.
we are hoping it comes out this Saturday, but we are still a little
But
fast and loose. with the
Silvery
release
and
date.
time. So you could be
Yes.
Sunday.
Could be
We have
anything.
no
Could be
idea.
anything.
Yeah.
It'll be half an hour late
Yeah.
on the day.
What's
But
the show?
yes,
It's a quiz show, no?
It's called Just a Filmy Game Show with me, Antariksh Thakkar.
Wow.
It's,
so
a
it's very,
Bollywood movies game.
it's a very mature effort at
Yeah, yeah.
promoting quizzes. Yeah.
Of course, why not?
And
It's,
then-
but
And
you
what are
just
the
come.
questions like?
So we
You
play,
want them before?
we play different games.
No, an
We
example.
play various games of Bollywood movies, like Bollywood Taboo, where you can't, you have to make the person guess the name of the movie without actually mentioning the words or
Hmm.
the title of the name of the movie. Then there are games like
Give us an example. What does that mean? How do you guess?
I mean, I'll have to prepare. So that's I wanted to release this information out to the public.
So you're doing a show you have no interest in whatsoever.
No, I wanted to prepare like a whole quiz thing for you.
Oh,
and the next
so we'll
episode
do it
I'm
the
on.
next time.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
a
That's
promo.
what-
Now I get it.
Yeah,
Now I
yeah.
get it.
So that was the other intention.
All right, let's go.
But
to
yes, coming on this Saturday, and now the cat's out of the bag because Cyrus.
Is it a coffee with Karan ripoff? They just want to just clarify.
Yeah?
Because you've been mistaken for Karan.
Oh no, not at all. This is way more games.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, it's a
and
game
no
show, man.
hampers,
It's a
and
Bollywood
no
game show.
hampers.
Hey, you get a title.
Title.
Yeah, you
That's
get a
it.
title. You won.
And
Will the questions be if you're with a man in a lift and you feel aroused, what would you do? Those kind of questions, or is it a little bit more to do with the film itself?
The movies,
Oh, how
Bollywood
boring.
movies.
I prefer the first question.
But if in a movie, someone
Have
got
you-
stuck in a lift with
Yeah.
with someone
So you
else.
do the reference from
Yeah,
the.
that's possible.
It's
That's
reference
possible.
to
Anything's possible.
context.
Anything's possible.
All
Yeah,
right.
so, have you ever done an interview like this where you have been asked such questions?
I've done all
Lovely.
kinds of interviews, but I'm not a listener. So I just make my own answers anyway. I'm always disconnected. Yeah. You know, that's the problem most men have. I think they just don't listen well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you say?
What did he say?
Okay, Silvery doing
Okay.
a quiz is like Chandler playing Bamboozled.
Yeah.
2 minutes of silence for quizzing enthusiasts. Surya Prakash is the quiz master. That's
There's some
fantastic.
cricket films.
Yeah.
You'll have some
Yeah.
cricket movies to do
Yeah.
as well.
Oh
And
yeah.
he's not that bad in sports as he pretends. Now he's milking it. You
You
know, how
watched
the,
Lagan,
the
right?
dumb blonde
Yeah,
pretends
of
to be more
course.
dumb.
Multiple times.
You
Yeah,
watched
okay.
Lagan,
But
right?
Yeah,
Lagan should not be the quintessential
That's-
cricket film.
That's-
Iqbal.
That's how I know my cricket. Is
Okay.
through Lagan, man.
Awal number.
Correct.
Lagan, the rules all over the place.
Chamatkar
Yeah.
is another.
Awal number. Come
Yeah.
on.
And by
Hum
the way,
Aapke Kaun.
they
Tuffy is
fought,
great at
Lagan,
cricket.
cricketers fought not to pay tax.
Yeah.
Now they're paying tax for everything.
Correct. Wow.
Yeah, it's all failed.
What
Have you
comes-
watched Awal
what comes
number?
around?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you must watch Awal number. Amir Khan batting in a dead game, third ODI at Brabant Stadium, and all men are round the bat.
And
All 11 men almost.
Yeah.
Obviously, the bowler,
yeah,
wicket
10
keeper,
plus 1, yeah.
yeah, all of them are around the bat, and he's hitting them for 4s and 6s. And Australia don't bother to change the field.
Right.
Oh, wow.
All men are still round the bat.
Right. And Amir is batting at what position?
Amir, I think he must have come in at 3 or 4.
No, 1,
No,
2,
no.
3,
1,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
and not out.
No, and
And
the
in the
guy,
background,
and the guy,
ek, do,
Yeah.
teen,
and the guy who was
char,
dropped,
uh,
and the guy who was dropped
Yeah.
from the team is trying to blast the stadium.
Oh, wow.
He's the villain.
He's the villain.
What?
And,
That's extreme, man.
and he's
You
the
think Dinesh Karthik is going to do something stupid in the next week or so?
and he's the brother of the board president, and the board president is also a cop, and he stops him, and the board president is
Wow.
Devanand,
Wow, this
and
is it's like
Devanand
Shakti almost.
Board
you know?
president is
The
board
brother
president
of
and a cop.
father
and a
was a-
cop,
What?
and
Why does this-
Devanand,
Why does he have a
Devanand,
sidekick? Why does the cop have
Because
a
he has to make
sidekick?
money. So as a cop, he makes money. And
and Devanand in that movie.
Devanand is in the movie.
Devanand is in the movie. He's got a dead wife, and that dead wife's photo is on the wall, and that photo is of Cindy Crawford. You've got to see this.
That's
Listen,
great.
if it's his
Wow.
movie, he's got every right to have a nice wife. Yeah, even if
Nice.
she's dead.
But Cindy Crawford was very much alive
Yeah.
and I don't know, 60 years younger than
But
him.
she's also Sindhi.
Our
yeah.
number is the Hello Friends. Our number is the Hello Friends of Lagan.
Yeah. I'm going to watch it now. It's a great
Yeah,
ad.
it does
I'm
sound
going to
very
watch it for sure.
Really,
Please make
absolutely.
sure it's part of your quiz. Huh?
Oh, you,
Yes, our
you
number.
must also have you
Who
seen
made the
Victory?
film? Who's the director?
I'm not
anybody.
sure. Yeah. But have you seen Victory? Harman Baweja,
Yeah,
has-
I've seen it.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
seen bits of it. Yeah.
where they've had all, they actually hired
directed
all
it.
the cricketers.
Dev Anand directed it.
Dev Anand
Yeah.
directed it.
Hence, he always gives himself the best girl. Even if she's not there.
Yeah, Cindy
I don't blame him. I respect that so much. I'll take her.
Okay, so
Alright.
but yeah, so it's yeah.
Sorry, you
No,
were trying to
Mayank
make
says
No,
it
it's
was
fine,
his mother, if I remember correctly.
Cindy is the mother.
Wow, Cindy's
Okay,
his
did I
mother.
get that?
Cindy was
What
40 years
happened?
young, 40 years
Oh.
younger than Dev Anand at the time. He plays his mother.
But his father's genes were really strong. That's
Oh,
what happened.
yeah. I mean, that's
Yeah.
just beautiful. Only in India.
Yeah. No, I was talking about the Twitter thing, how Donald Trump is back on Twitter. And basically what happened was the way he got back, his account was reactivated was
51% said we want
exactly
him
51%.
Or
He did a
15
poll.
million,
Elon Musk
yeah.
did a poll from his own account.
Tighter than Brexit.
51%.
vote,
on. But I feel Elon
Yeah,
Musk
yeah, really
controls these polls. You
You
can
think?
just make the statistics.
Also, yeah, like there are bots.
51.7%.
We know there are fake accounts.
Well, he's against bots. in the
So
first
how,
place.
what does that mean? Bots still exist.
You're
Like,
against
not
them
on the-
until you
on the
need
platform
them,
yet.
then
Yeah,
you're
correct.
for them.
Yes.
But it's
Is Elon Musk Indian?
but it's like but imagine it was what 51.8 or something.
Yeah, yeah, correct.
Yeah, it was like
Very
the Brexit
close.
vote,
Exactly.
52-48.
That's good
Yeah, yeah,
enough. No,
correct.
you're ahead of the game. But what's going to happen in India in a lot of the elections? Just
But then
landslide won't happen.
the 48 could win because Trump, Hillary, even though Trump got lesser votes, he
Yeah.
did win.
Yeah, there you go.
So then what if he just says, oh, sorry,
Yeah.
you guys,
That's good
because
maths,
of the
Sylvie. Yeah.
electoral ballot or whatever you had.
No, I'm worried. At the moment, he will win. Have you not noticed Joe Biden? It was his birthday 2 days back, and he had to be told.
What?
Yeah.
That
He
Trump is
does-
running.
No, that is his birthday.
Oh, it's his birthday.
Bro, you can't run. Do
Yeah,
respect, not to be ageist about these things, but you cannot be statesman when
But
you're in your
so you
failing
think he's
years.
running for sure? Joe Biden for another
Joe
year?
Biden can't run.
Another-
Have you seen him?
He's
You're using all the wrong phrases.
fighting. He can't fight also.
Right now,
Fighting
he'll
election.
be blown out of the water. Republicans will win whoever they put up, DeSantis or this.
But
DeSantis
that's apparently like polling wise. Apparently, that's a very common thing where in the second term, the running president who is
but very
running
rare
it
for you
is
to-
already fighting and
incumbency.
losing battle. You know,
Yeah, anti-incumbency, but also the fact that he's alternate
popularity wise.
term. No, it's very rare for an alternate term guy to come back.
Yes.
You know, after skipping a
That
term.
is
I think
true.
this is one or two examples. In
I think, yeah, there are
100
just one or
years.
two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then Donald
But you
Trump
know,
is all about originality.
like their media has already started making the same mistakes they made the first time when Trump got elected.
not like our media.
Yeah, like our media don't make
Our media don't
mistakes.
make
No
mistakes.
mistakes?
Huh,
No.
huh.
Okay, look at this. I remember a movie where Feroz Khan was Feroz Khan's dad was Mukesh Khanna, and
Oh, yeah.
Mukesh Khanna is younger than Feroz
Yeah,
Khan
by a lot.
by a lot. Yeah,
This is a Shaktiman Mukesh Khanna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the Bhishma Pitama Mukesh.
Yeah,
Khanna.
exactly.
Yeah.
Who also made some strange comments about women, which he played on our show. You brought it up.
But
Yeah.
like
But turned out to be he was
yeah.
being sarcastic or
he was in
We
a
don't
larger
know.
context, it's not as offensive as
you
think
just
it is.
because you're Khanna, there's some relative
No,
of yours, so you decided to.
No,
yeah.
we ate the entire thing.
Hmm.
I told you also.
Really?
Yeah.
Where's my
That's
Khanna?
how you know.
Where's my Khanna
That's
from
how-
Ludhiana?
Yeah.
Who sent me all my presents?
Let's quickly.
Yeah, where are you? We've not seen you. I finally saw the show and it's gone off. It looks like. Yeah.
Can we quickly do one more topic?
Who are you
It's
asking?
very interesting.
Are we voting? I say no.
Voting.
Please say yes. Come on, you can get a yes.
Yes for
Whoa, he said yes. I'll take that as a yes.
That's good enough. That's how they fool the voter. Nishad, it's been happening across the board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even on Twitter, when I said yes to Donald Trump's, I'm like, what am I voting for? I had no
Okay,
idea.
just like Swoosh
But
says, just
anyway.
like Trump, we want Amit back here on CNB. Please create a poll. Let's
Yeah.
put a quote. Because Amit is giving us trouble. Actually, he's really busy, etc. No, but let's see the poll. A lot of people want
Why
him.
do we need a poll? We're gonna get him back.
you know, Cyrus, there is a
It's
very
his show.
bizarre thing. Donald Trump on Twitter one day bizarrely started following Damian Martin.
The cricketer?
Yeah,
How?
even I don't know.
He obviously mistook him from somebody
Oh,
else.
David Martin
what
just-
is crazier though? Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm cutting you in. But you know that guy in Delhi, Aftab Poonawala, who just killed someone?
Yes, don't
Yeah.
see the guy in Delhi.
No.
Just, I mean, that sounds
But-
like a normal guy hanging
Yeah,
around, walking the streets of
dude,
Vasant
turns
Vihar
out-
with his Pomeranian. Yeah, this is lucky. You can pat him. He doesn't bite. Go on.
Turns out he is a food vlogger, and I've been following him for like a few years. I had no idea what the fuck. Yeah,
Silvery,
this is crazy. I had no idea.
whatever you
And
do,
I have another common friend who follows him. This is
just
very
make
crazy.
sure. Can we check your fridge?
Yeah,
and you
check
thought it's
And
fit to share
check
it.
my fridge. Yeah, correct.
yeah.
I'll check if I bought any new
Yeah,
fridges.
so I just-
Yeah.
Now, when I go to somebody's house, I've got a little fear. Do you have that little fear? I mean, it's a terrible thing to say, but you're
What's in their
worried.
fridge?
Like,
Said basi
अपने
khana
बाहर से मंगाओ. You know,
Yes.
you don't know. You don't know.
घर का खाना नहीं चाहिए.
And
Correct.
somebody, my sons just had a bad breakup. Oh no, I'll order. Scootsy.
Oh god, terrible. Anyway, so let's get to North Korea, where Kim Jong Un has just revealed his 9-year-old daughter to the world for the very first time.
Okay. He's
Basically,
not killed her.
yeah, that
Okay.
we know of.
He's killed the others.
He's the original daughter.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
we know. Yeah.
But you
But-
know, I've actually
He's the only guy where the sentence actually came out from somebody's mouth. The dogs ate your uncle.
Yeah, correct.
but I've actually
And he
you
was
know,
like, they must have been really hungry.
I've
That's
read
fine.
I've read and I've watched a lot of stuff on North
You're
Korea.
fascinated
Yeah.
about North Korea
Oh yeah, it is something that
It is,
really
yeah.
because they don't
fascinates-
play cricket.
And you know,
What
they've
is-
got this. They decided to build the world's tallest and biggest hotel.
Yeah.
Construction started in the 80s, then it stalled because of economic problems,
Indian labor refused
and
to
it
go.
is just there. They then in
Like
the
an
in the mid
incomplete hotel.
2000s,
It's
yeah,
incomplete.
incomplete.
Yeah.
It's the
Ah.
world's emptiest hotel. It's one of the tallest empty hotels.
Maybe they use the same
Wow.
guys who make the bridges in Mumbai. 'Cause We've got lots of roads and
Or
bridges which
the
are
monorail.
incomplete.
The monorail.
The
in Mumbai.
monorail, yeah,
Correct,
monorails.
and they put then they put out a glass scaffolding on it,
Yeah.
and it's just there. So it's like
Wow.
yeah, and you know it's so strange. Like
So
at the
he's
border,
the god of incomplete stuff.
and you know when you go there, obviously you're followed by the guides, and
You
know,
went there?
Yeah, yeah.
No,
No,
I would.
But
So
that's what
actually, I
all
was
the- everything
thinking, you know,
see,
like
yeah.
maybe you know,
Pyongyang.
to have some sort of a tour like this, and I discussed it with my friends. You know, why not start with North Korea,
But they have good hotels.
then go to
no?
Turkmenistan, and then from Turkmenistan maybe go to a Belarus and all these places.
Okay, you do that. But if you want to go to Mongolia, my people live there. I will make sure you're looked after.
Oh,
As a
Mongolia.
direct descendant of
Direct
Temujin.
descendant.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
So
They all-
I'll take care of
They
that.
all have like
millions
a
of people are, by the
brotherhood.
way.
Yeah,
Yes.
they say roughly 1/8 of the world or whatever,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
don't buy all that nonsense. You can't just claim it. Do you have a hairless chest? He famously had a hairless chest. Do you have a hairless chest? Nishad, you have hair coming out of your beard extends to your pubes. There's no break, man.
Oh my God.
You don't need to wear a shirt. You're the Anil Kapoor of podcasts. Let me tell you. Yeah.
Wait, do they really say that
So
he
I-
had a hairless chest?
Yeah, he was in that sense. Even the beard is not full. You see, so you can't be. You got too much beard. Yeah, you be one of the guys he killed though.
What? So
Choose.
anything that you have, Cyrus, that guy also had.
That's right.
That's correct.
That's
He had a
right.
plus 1.50
There's only
sticker
one
on
big
his
problem. He was
spectacles.
petrified. The world's greatest marauder was scared of dogs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was.
So
yeah,
then
Napoleon
can't
was
be, you
scared of
can't be.
cats.
But they
Napoleon-
worship the
then.
wolf. So there's a
What?
dichotomy there.
Napoleon was scared of cats.
Pussy cats.
Cats, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't want to
The
quantify.
feline cats.
Okay, stop.
Okay. Before
Take a
Cyrus goes
single.
any
Take a single,
further.
Nishad. Go to the other side. Just take a single.
So yes, Kim
Can you
Jong Un.
imagine great conquerors and leaders? Their
Yeah.
name puts fear in villages,
Yes.
and they're scared of a small house cat or a small puppy dog.
Oh, I've seen one of my cousins who was a rugby player in England. Actually,
Wow.
you know, you're scared of lizards of all things, and I'm like, you run into a brick wall and you're scared of a lizard.
I love lizards. You like
Why?
lizards?
No, I mean,
Why-
why
I
would
just
you
don't
love
them.
lizards?
The only
I don't love
reptiles I
them.
really have a great affinity for. The others I don't like that much, but I wouldn't want to hurt them either. I mean, of course, if it's a poisonous snake and all, you want to be a little careful. But then, why are we getting into this discussion?
Yeah,
if you
no,
could
no.
be a reptile, what reptile would you be? If you could
Me?
be a reptile, yeah,
I'd have to be an alligator.
alligator. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would be a Komodo dragon, like something deadly.
But
This is
Komodo
good
dragon, alligators just survive so much. Yeah. They
Dude, a
just
Komodo dragon
survive.
will ruin an
on
alligator.
land,
man.
no, in
Dude.
water, no chance.
No, not in water, but on land it'll ruin an alligator.
Not
Like, dude,
necessarily.
like it's one bite, you're
because-
dying,
because
regardless.
It's got the venom, and the alligator may be
Yeah.
immune to the venom. We don't know.
Oh,
we'll have to see.
Oh, we'll have to
And
see
it's very
YouTube
tough to
videos coming.
bite through. You have to turn him around and kill him.
That's
Whenever
true.
I've killed an alligator, as a young man growing up in
With your bare
Africa,
hands.
with
Yeah.
my bare hands and
Yeah,
a small
correct.
6-inch knife.
Right. You have to
knife.
first wrap your hands around the
No,
snout. and all.
I have to flip him over, no? Because
Okay,
that side
correct.
is easy to. You
Oh,
can't,
Why? So you bite the alligator and you go turn upside down,
Yeah,
like how
because-
the alligator would if you
Yeah,
bite you.
correct.
Correct,
So I
yes.
basically hump the alligator, then I turn him around, and then I have to. Yeah, that's. I mean, that's the way it's done.
Oh yeah. That's,
Guys,
that's
how
the
do
way
I
to do it.
explain? You don't.
How else you kill
You
alligators?
live in
though, damn it?
Powai in your bloody cemented gated community.
Yes.
You don't know what it's like being a leopard outside watching in.
Correct.
So
But
does
I
that
do-
happen in Alibag?
We have a leopard in Alibag. Still, they have not been able to catch him. Killed a
Oh.
couple of
On
dogs.
one-
killed
one
some
leopard?
chickens.
Oh.
Just the one. Nobody can figure out where he's come
Mm.
from. When I say leopard, I don't mean like Lions Club meeting in Matunga or something. So don't get confused. Actual leopard, yeah.
Oh.
No,
those are
because-
called cougars.
We have many of those in Alibag. That's the
Okay,
age. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah,
Uh,
Cyrus
Nishad's
seems to
taking our
just-
notes. I'll tell
Yeah.
Hardik. By the way, Ravi Shastri has huge property there. Sanjay Manjrekar has huge property there. So a lot of cricket community, Mumbai cricket community is there.
You're someone's neighbor,
Kohli,
right?
Virat Kohli.
You're-
No, so I'm a neighbor to the place where they spent 2 months in lockdown. And so
Yeah.
everybody told us they were there
Hmm.
when we were there for a little while. So I remember walking past the place and with just my towel with my dogs. And I thought, should I just shout, "Hey Virat, kai kar do?" Welcome to the Alibags.
Yes.
I know good Delhi, Marathi. What should I don't know what to do,
Why? Where did that Connaught Place accent come back?
I don't either. West Delhi boys. I don't know what. Maybe Spurs can coach me a little later. But his accents also change. Some of these guys, like Sachin, initial Sachin and Sachin at the end is like Oxford Dictionary now. His whole
Yeah,
accent
sure.
has changed completely.
yeah.
If
Yeah, and
if you see a
obviously
Tom
because-
Alter interview,
Hey,
put it against an interview.
But
today,
who's still
see
the same?
difference.
Virendra Sehwag.
Yeah, he's the
still-
same. He's the same.
He's still the same.
Yeah.
Nishad, have you ever met Virat Kohli?
Yeah,
What?
so
What are you
many.
mental? He's done every IPL. He knows all the cricketers by.
So it was him who shot the
challenge.
room
Call-
video was him?
call
The room video
Virat.
was you?
Correct.
Okay, got it.
He was staying in the room.
Oh.
Call Virat right now and prove it.
Yeah,
Come on.
Come on.
Prove
let's get him
it.
on the podcast.
Prove it.
Yeah,
Prove
yeah,
it.
of course, of
Kohli.
Okay, show us his number on the phone.
Oh, yeah.
It is in the camera. Flash it to the camera.
Hardik is now the captain of our white ball, at least T20.
Huh.
He's going to be there for next 2 years, 3 years, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, they are like friends, like proper friends.
Yeah, that I heard.
like
I heard
Hardik, if
that,
he wants to
yeah.
borrow money, he calls Nishad up. It's like
Correct,
that.
Nice.
And if Nishad wants to borrow money, Hardik puts the phone down. So that's real friendship.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I call
Who-
Cyrus.
Yeah.
Hey, Nish, who's the closest? Like, who are the? Can you answer this question? It's a bit personal. But who are the 5-6 guys who are the closest that you bonded with?
See, to put
Including
it,
foreigners. Because I know Dale Steyn and you bonded well as well.
yeah. So it all depends because now there's not a very easy question to answer because at the end of the day,
Top of the head, the ones that you just have a good relation with.
well, actually, most of them, honestly, because then
What a show off.
no, you are No, like for
Okay,
example, when you look after them you try to look after them in a lot of ways. They've also got their commitments. You manage them, so in a sense, you spend literally the same amount of time with all of them at some stage. So like for example, if say you're shooting an ad or you're shooting something for social media, you're literally next to them in that time, so you get to know them. It's very difficult to put to put that really into
Does anyone ask you cricketing questions like something's wrong with my backlift? Anybody ever ask you
historical questions? What happened that year? What happened that year?
that
I don't get into their territory. Obviously.
I've always done that. If I pass, I remember meeting Vishwanath for the first time. I always said, Vishy, I think you should play on the front foot a little bit.
Yeah, correct.
You're too much back foot player. And he respected me for that immediately.
Nice, of course.
No, it is quite strange when people do
do that.
They do that
from the stands. They do that all the time. Full advice is given, sometimes with a lot of bad language as well. Yeah,
but I mean, that's why I would like to go to the West Indies.
Yeah, oh my god.
Yeah, one of those test matches.
Full perfume ball, man. Ball from around the wicket. But Sunny was telling us, remember, not to show off, but Sunny's a friend, and Sunny was telling us about some such experience where he's being coached by the crowd. I mean, some guys never played cricket. It's so unbelievable telling you what to do. Sanchit is there, my friend. Shugata, you won't go to a block officer and just behave like a woman. That guy is bark to the officer. Okay, they're having their personal conversations, so I can't connect that.
All right, let's just get to the AMS.
Have you met Urvashi Rautela, the Rishabh Pant, the ball he dropped?
No, never met.
What? You're suddenly quiet.
I said I've never met.
What they want.
They're like, have you ever met? No.
What happened there? Chalo. What happened there? That's what they're asking.
What happened there? Seriously, how do you expect me to know that?
This is the thing you will know, Baba.
I will know.
I can't believe he's protecting him.
You must have asked Hardik Pandya this at some point.
Of course. Were you with no, you don't interfere.
Rishabh Pant, I know.
You don't know who's batting at what
I know what's happening.
Now who's dating who is another story altogether.
I know the top 5 lineup, like the first 5.
Say.
It is KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma, openers.
Yeah.
Then Virat Kohli comes one down.
Yeah.
Then is...
Come on.
No, wait, I'll tell you.
Come on.
Then is...
Shabash, beta. Last over, come on.
Not Pandya.
You can do it, beta.
Oh, then is...
come on.
Not Karthik also. Who
Did
is
you say Pandey? Because there
not Pandya.
Okay. May I tell you what you've done wrong?
Yes.
This is the curse, the karma that you've inherited.
Yes.
It is still Prakash.
It is
Surya
Prakash.
Sky. Correct. It is Sky. Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Then
is Pandya.
Then
Pant.
if he plays, that's fair enough. It's a tough one because sometimes he's playing. We don't know.
Okay.
Not bad. I pass you.
Otherwise, Dinesh Karthik was it?
Now don't start opening a Pandora's box. Leave it now. These are all
that's
questions.
like me when I was growing up in Dubai giving my Arabic exam. That's giving me.
I guess.
Huh?
I guess.
La Arif. That's the only thing I know. I don't know. La Arif.
Oh, good. Let's learn that so we can see that.
La Arif.
Arif.
Nam means yes.
I'm not going to
La means no.
Okay.
La Arif
Let's
means
practice.
I don't
know. I'll ask you a question. You say La Arif. Are you gay?
La Arif.
All right. Cheers.
All right. Anyways.
Sameer says he knows one down. You said one down? Use the phrase.
I said one down. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, superb.
You know one down. Yeah.
We've trained this. He's like cricket tuitions. He's gone and got tuitions.
Okay. Cyrus is suddenly attracted to me.
Nishad, there's no country called West Indies.
Yeah, it's a cricketing nation.
Can you just get to the AMAs? There are tons of AMAs, Cyrus.
Okay.
All right. AMA 1 comes from Girish Patel, who says, opinion on BBC not showing yesterday's opening ceremony, FIFA opening ceremony in UK, stating that human rights and corruption.
Yeah, but see, my point with this whole thing is, since it's a slightly serious issue which is not going to boil over, is why don't they not cancel the World Cup then? If they made such a big issue, why wear the armbands and all that? Once you go there, you're disrespecting the cultures. But that's like half-half.
Is FIFA a British organization?
No.
I don't know.
No, but you saw
this is why he is the best comedian in the country.
I don't know.
None.
Like,
Rishi
it must have a home base. No,
1 second.
But it has a home base.
Rishi is hysterical. Rishi is beside himself. I mean, because he's not met.
What do I do? What am I supposed to know everything about sports? Suddenly, I'm not.
Nishad is not coming back. There has to be a level.
I thought Limitless was a drug.
No, but just look at what the Iran captain said the other day, right? He said, like, they kept on asking him about the protests and everything, and he's like, why is the English media doing this? Are you trying to distract us before the game or something?
Yeah.
So, the Western media will continue to...
This is what we think of the Aussies. They're trying to, set up the game by distracting you or whatever.
Yeah, Glenn McGrath coming and saying, they're going to win the test series 5-0.
2 days, yeah.
Yeah, 5-0.
And why didn't he just say La Arif? Simple answer.
La Arif.
I'm going to use it all my life now. Wherever I go. People ask me questions at the airport, I'll say La Arif. They can suck a lollipop. Be like, what do you mean? Are you carrying detonator? La Arif. Am I getting it right?
Yeah, La Arif.
La
It
Arif.
has to be from the throat.
What a
right?
show off.
La
Maharashtrian
Arif.
teaching a Parsi. यार उसमें क्या है?
Go on, go on.
Go on, Maharashtra.
All right.
Okay.
Next one is
FIFA is a British organization. Great polymath. Sri Silver. He says Girish Patil.
I still don't understand. It has to
It
be
doesn't
some,
matter. Leave it. Now.
some country of
You
origin
have
must
made
have.
so
No?
many people happy today. In
But-
spite of all the controversy that's happening
I
in
don't
Doha.
get it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, he's angry.
I don't know. I don't understand.
Beta.
I don't know.
You know the full form of FIFA?
Football Federation Association.
In French. Yeah, somewhat correct.
It's
Yes.
Federation International
Yeah,
del
something.
Football
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Association.
Larif.
Larif.
Yeah. All right. Ruben David has asked.
Ariful is saying, my name is Arif.
Oh, wow.
What is it? What's your name? I don't know.
I don't know.
Larif.
La Ariful Islam. All right. Ruben
Is,
David
is
has
that
asked.
Arif? Arif is no. Is that the meaning of Arif?
I don't know. I mean, I just
You
bugged it
didn't say La
up.
Arif.
I just bugged it up
You just
for
La
the
Arif.
exam. So you know,
Arif, La Arif.
so
Okay.
I still remember what the exam was like.
Huh.
So there were statements from a chapter that you had to read,
Right.
and then it was whether it's true, false, or I don't know.
Huh.
So it was La Nam La Arif.
But I don't know is the correct answer if you don't know. So you should be given the right marks for that.
Yeah. So,
Arif is don't know.
so it was just about
Because
You
he said La.
don't know if
Yes.
FIFA is a British
said- He
organization.
said La.
You
and what's the
don't-
other one?
You're not
Nam.
allowed to ever give any gyan. No
Nam
gyan.
means yes.
La now and
La
La Arif.
Arif.
Yeah. So La is I. Yes. No. like-
Silvery, we have no
yes. I know.
food
Okay.
to
I don't
stand
know.
on. We
I
are
don't know.
finished
I have
here.
no idea.
Grim
I have no
Fandango is taking drinks early morning, wherever the hell he is.
All right.
Yeah.
Ruben David has asked opinion on bringing Dhoni on as Indian coach.
No, well,
No, he'll be
Why-
great, guys.
why
Come on.
you have to Dravid in any case? You know, I mean, you got to give a guy a run. You know.
it's also about the player's preference, right? I mean, if he wants to coach, does not want to coach,
No,
where
but
does
this is the T20 culture in your mindset. Ki one tournament ke baad parivartan. You can't have that kind of thinking, no?
you said Parivartan.
I know a few Hindi.
You said Parivartan.
No, but I just find it irritating that
Yeah.
one
So
tournament.
Arif says Arif means knowledge. So La Arif means no
No
knowledge.
knowledge.
No knowledge.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Wow.
So La means
So
no.
this is what I've learned after 20 years
Oh,
after giving up
yeah.
Arabic.
Wow. Wow.
Did your answer sheet just have
You
La,
never
La,
knew
La,
what it
La,
meant.
La, La?
You didn't know what it meant.
So because my Arabic
no-
teacher was like, what does it mean?
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm like, okay.
Shweta saying surprising call back to Sanskrit. I suppose Sanskrit. class.
Sanskrit class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now I've
Alright.
lost the thread there. So I
Let's
don't
do
know which-
one more quick one. This one comes in from
Larif.
Larif.
Gaurav Pilani has asked Surya Kumar Yadav or Surya Prakash Yadav and AVD can be all great, but English batter Malloy hit
Yeah.
the likes
Yeah,
of
this-
Brett Lee and Mitch
yes,
Johnson
7
for a
ODIs. Yeah.
slog sweep.
Yeah, and that too at
How did he do that?
150k, he did played off his feet or picked up the length. But if
wow.
he missed, my God.
Oh, he missed in
And
one
got
of
hit?
those games and
Got
got
hit?
hit on the chin.
Oh,
And now there's
God damn.
yeah, if what
Yeah,
happened to him, we don't know.
And then he was replaced by Ravi Bopara in the World Cup
yeah,
squad.
yeah.
So,
Who also bowled a bit. Yeah.
yeah, who
Yeah.
bowled a bit and
And played a long innings in club cricket right till his 50s or 40s.
oh, he's still
Till
playing.
last year, yeah, he
He's
was
still
playing,
playing.
in
I
the
think
PSL.
he was very
PSL
successful.
he was there.
PSL he was
Caribbean he was there.
there. Yeah, he gets those runs in all these tournaments, but
yeah,
after 2015 he's not been picked by England. So
yeah. But also age, he's at least 40 by now.
no,
Bopara.
he's not.
Well, check. Google Ravi Bopara.
I think he just check. I think it just Google and check. I
Yeah.
mean, just on the top of my
he's a
head,
grandfather.
he must be 85 born. I think
3 young children, and then it just goes on.
He's-
85 born. See, I got that right.
15 and 20, 37. So 38 batting. 38 batting. Not so bad. You didn't even try. Huh? You were.
I
Larif.
tried. I searched for the wrong name, I think. I got age 37. I'm like, that can't be
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Okay, last. Actually, last. New Kids asked, did you know, Cyrus, that I ran the Philadelphia half marathon 21 kilometers, listening to 2 episodes of Cyrus Says? Do you think that made sense since both achieved nothing
He's
and
trying to run
everything
away
at
from the
end?
show, so it makes
That's
sense.
what
पीछा नहीं छोड़ता ये show यार. But great, wow. That's he's also showing off about his time. 21 kilometers in 2 hours.
But my wife was
Listening
2
to
hours
two-
7. So considering the males are faster generally because of genetics, so 2 hours not great, not bad.
What is this great, man? 21 kilometers. What do you say?
Yeah, don't compare him to
My wife is
Kipchoge.
quite fast.
don't compare him to Kipchoge, obviously.
Yeah.
Don't show off, Baba. Now you tell me you got Kipchoge on your phone. You can call him up while he's running. हाँ, आगे से right मार. Varendra आ गया ना, right मार.
Right, but ceiling pe ja, ceiling pe ja.
They'll charge him. You know,
Toll, yeah.
where's your tag? Boing.
That's great. I think we should start marketing our podcast as great for marathon listeners.
Yeah.
for their marathons.
Great. We'll keep up. Head of marketing
Yes.
or Larif?
Sparsh?
Larif.
Larif. Perfect.
Okay. Last question or we done? What?
Okay, I mean, मैं तो चल सकता हूँ, मेरे को क्या है?
Uh,
Arpit Bansal says, I heard a few older episodes over the weekend and realized Cyrus brought up one of the most important questions in the podcast history. Is it pebisode or episode or
I
webisode?
never got a clear answer,
What do you
even
call
from Amit, the originator.
What is pebisode?
What is pebisode?
Because it's got its own spin. It was a different medium in a sense. Not quite radio. It's not quite.
Oh, podcast episode, like, okay.
Yeah,
pebisode.
so it should have its own. What do you call it?
It's episode.
Like on.
It is really? No.
I've
it's not.
decided. Let's put out an online poll. Let the people speak.
Yeah.
This is democratic forum. What do you think, Nishad? You've got your own podcast. What do you think?
I think it's called.
Let's just call it episode.
That's so
Episode.
boring,
It's,
yeah.
today's episode.
I mean, the British run FIFA.
episode.
I mean, come on.
The British run.
Today's episode. I think that's
Sex
the
chat 69 side. New side of the hot girls.
episode. What? I think that's the wrong chat, Cyrus. You got to the wrong website. Come back to this website.
It was Mohit Sharma who dismissed Tendulkar in his last Ranji match, not Joginder Sharma, says the curious guitarist. Oh my God, we got a panga going on.
Okay, let's just check the scorecard.
Mohit or Joginder, and they are not brothers, just for the record.
Mohit Sharma
Yeah.
this was-
Yeah, let's just
So
check
is it-
Mumbai versus Haryana at Lali 2013.
And keep a curious guitarist on
Yeah.
so that
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
If
No
you're-
problem.
yeah,
We all
that's
learn.
fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
whoever loses will be made fun of for 14 to 15 hours,
Yeah.
starting now. So it's the last, Tendulkar's last innings.
Mumbai versus Haryana.
Mumbai versus Haryana. Rishi doesn't know what Haryana
Let me
is.
just check it on my phone.
Yeah. What a lack of respect. All happening live on the show. He's dismissed us, Nishad, and he's doing it on his
Yeah,
own
just check.
phone. But in a few seconds, we'll have the answer.
The
What-
first innings, Mumbai batting. I think it was Mumbai.
What if Google says La Arif? Okay.
Okay, then second
From
one.
today's
No, no, that
episode,
will be
we've
Haryana,
got,
the next
listen,
one.
while we wait for
Go
that,
down, go down.
we have a plebiscite happening and they're
Go
all
down.
saying pebisode.
Number
Pebisode,
four,
then
Tendulkar.
pebisode it is.
Pebisode it is.
I guess it has
The
been
people have
decided.
spoken. We can't argue
Yes.
with that.
Yeah, correct. 51% said episode.
Who is it? Ting, ting, ting. Here we have the surprise. Tendulkar dismissed Haryana, Mumbai. Last game. Was it Mohit Sharma or Joginder Sharma? The answer is Sharma. We've got. Huh? It just says Sharma. So it's a tie. It's a tie.
It's like there was somewhere, right, where it was all Patel caught Patel, bold Patel.
Yeah.
That scorecard
Yeah.
somewhere.
We have 3 Patels in the team. We had 2. Who's the third?
Well, no, somewhere it was caught Patel
acha,
in a
domestic-
club game.
domestic
Yeah,
game.
somewhere
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
UK,
yeah.
obviously.
Of course.
Yeah.
In Pakistan, you know how many Khans are there? At one point.
And in Pakistan cricket, you could actually do a connection where you start off with one guy's name for example Akram Raza Hassan something else. Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah, you can just go
Wow.
and
is that how they select them now?
Sorry, Muhammad इसमें आ नहीं रहा है, so
Yeah.
then you can't put a Muhammad there.
Okay, we have to end the episode. We are not able to get an answer. So, Mr. Guitarist, we will get back to you with the actual answer.
Yes.
Because are you upset, Nisha? Then he's frantically searching.
no, it's okay. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Nishad's
That's
very,
fine.
very competitive. Hardik and him don't talk now.
Oh, great. Oh,
No kidding. Let's see the book as we say bye.
Yes, so the book's here, available on all platforms.
You should,
There
yeah.
you go, Limitless.
Limitless.
And yeah, once I complete my message, I'm going to obviously pass it on to you.
Yeah. You write it live. Write it live.
Okay, yeah.
He's writing live.
Mohit
It's Mohit Sharma.
Okay.
Oh,
We've
fantastic.
Googled
Yeah.
it. Guitarist, we bow to you. I have a
Yeah,
bow
ball
to
patch,
you.
so I'll bow like this.
Yeah, sorry, go
You
ahead.
want to say anything, Mr. Prakash?
Yeah, before we end, I would like to plug a show that I'm doing
Okay,
tomorrow.
we'll end then.
I'm doing a show tomorrow at Vikroli Social.
Oh, that kind of show.
Yeah, like a whole bar show,
Okay.
stand-up show. So please come
Okay.
on down. Who is going to be on the lineup? Siddharth Rijja is on the lineup. Mohammed Suhail is on the lineup. Mohammed Hussain, Namrata Arora. Some very funny people. Please come. Please come.
Okay.
Vikroli Social, 7:30 p.m. tomorrow.
Vikroli social, matlab you have to pay money to enter?
Yeah. And you get 150 cover on each ticket.
And how much do you pay?
300 and 450.
300 and 450, and you only get 150
Two different
in
tickets.
drinks.
No, 2 different tickets. On 300 you get 150 cover.
So 150 bucks you swallow.
Sorry, 100 rupees cover. My bad. So you get 100 cover, 100
It's
cover.
sounding worse and worse as this
Yeah.
proposition.
It's a great-
It's a
That's for
great
you.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So social is
Yeah,
damn
sorry,
fun.
my parents
Great
thought
venue.
I'll be a doctor. So I had to
Oh.
say that.
Cyrus, thank you for always supporting me. Always fantastic time talking cricket. Then he makes the middle finger sign. Wish you all the success. So sweet, Baba.
Yes.
Really wish you were a girl. We would have had a great time together. Next time, shave and come.
So next time it'll be a
All
big
right.
beard.
Also, do follow the Cyrus Says new Instagram handle. So don't forget to do that if you're not already doing that. क्यों नहीं?
Almost like it.
Oh, yeah.
Almost like an aside after
Yeah.
promoting his Vikroli show.
Why
ये
not?
भी करो.
Why not? I forgot to do that in the beginning. I mean,
All right.
We could not.
Let's end with a cricketing sound because
Yeah.
Nishad feels nostalgic. There's no IPL for some time. So, yeah. You do it?
I can't do that.
You can't do that shot?
You can't do that. Huh?
Hey, ठीक से मारना. That's a cricket sound from the audience.
Sounds sexual, no? Okay, bye. Okay, thank you so much for watching the show. First, let me verify if anyone's left. Okay, not sure. Can't tell. Lighting is not good. But you know the drill. It's very simple. Like and subscribe. We need that, guys. I'm desperate for it. I've just been told we don't get like and subscribe by November 31st, which doesn't exist because it's not there in the month. There'll be trouble. So please like and subscribe as quickly as possible. And that's all we have time for. And leave your comments. Your likable, lovable, laughable comments. Anything you want to say. Criticize us. Say anything you want. We don't care because we don't really read them. But please, no, I'm kidding. We do.